Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. How are you today? That's really good. I'm so glad that you came to play and learn Arabic with Koko. And today we're going to have a lot of fun, making more complex words. And I hope you have been practicing. Because as I said earlier, the only way you can get to the end of this road is by practicing. Because now you know the letters, you know the sound, you know most of the important harakat, and if you can apply them very well and you keep practicing that, you will speed up in the process and never stop. As I say to you, learning process, especially when you're learning the Arabic, it's just like an airplane on the runway taking off. So you start slowly and you start picking up till you reach to a level that the airplane is running on the runway. And if you hit a brake, if the pilot hit a brake hard, the people inside are gonna be, they're gonna be an accident, or they're gonna hurt themselves. And once the airplane starts to take off halfway, and you stop the engine, the airplane's gonna crash. So when you learn the Arabic language, the same thing. You keep in your process. You may slow down a little bit, but never stop. It's like an airplane. And when you reach the level, which is this level, I call it a takeoff level. Now we are in a takeoff level. Never even slow down. Never slow down. Just keep your speed that you're going to have to go with. Never slow down, because you can slow down when you take off. Take off, the airplane go straight, you can slow down. But if you stop in the middle of the air, it's a problem. You never reach anywhere. So you're going to need to keep going, but in the process of this taking off, never stop, because you're going to forget. That's the problem. Your brain is not really got the whole thing, and you will keep forgetting the alphabet even at the takeoff step or stage. So you need to, the only way is going to keep you remembering the alphabet is by reading every day. Read 10 minutes every day, just 10 minutes, just keep in touch. Just like a plant, you keep it wet every day. You just give, whenever dry, just give it water. Don't water too much or too less, and just keep yourself wet. Keep yourself with the letters. Don't stay away for a week or two and then come back to read. You will find yourself, oh, what is this? Is it a ba or a ta, or is it a ba or a noon? Your brain is still in the process of establishing basis. So this is my advice for you. Don't stop. And otherwise you're gonna forget, and the only way you can do this is if you forgot, you're gonna start over again. And I have seen so many kids with these problems. They reach 14, 15, 16-year-old, and they say they have been in different Islamic schools and they were been learning, but they were not consistent. They will be absent all the time, or they don't do the homework, or they don't practice at home, and they expect when they come to the school that this one day in a week in a Sunday school they're going to learn. No, they're going to need to do some extra work at home, and or the parent just stop sending them to the school, and then next year, after 2-3 years, they send them, and we put them again in a level 1, and then again they don't do anything. They are always absent. They don't come, and then they reach the age of 14, 15, 16, and they cannot read Quran, or they cannot even know the alphabet. And that is a very sad story all over the United States. And I see it happening every day, and it breaks my heart. And many scenarios have been like the kids didn't want to go because they didn't start from the childhood. The parents had to send them to school very late, and the kids are not used to the system or the masjid, and they just they don't want to be abided by the Islamic society system, and it's a problem. And that's one of the reasons that made me decide to make these videos, at least as an option for a shy child who cannot learn in a Sunday school, for parents who live in remote area where there are no masjid close by to teach the kids. So it is very important to do something. And wherever wherever you are, try to do something about this. It is a big problem. And you see children, they can't read the Quran, they can't pray, they can't know the alphabet, they can't even know the Shahada, which just really breaks my heart. That is, a Muslim child cannot recite the Shahada. This is a disaster. So wherever you are, if you can teach a child the Shahada, teach a child Surah Al-Fatiha, at least Surah Al-Fatiha, and teach them how to pray, that will be a reward for your Sadaqah Jariyah all your life. So do your best to teach children these basic values. At least they know the Shahada, at least they know the importance of prayer, they know the importance of reading the Quran. And I can emphasize more on make them or help them to understand the Quran as much as making them memorizing it. I've seen a big problem in our society. The parent, educations, the masajid, they're only worrying about memorizing the Quran. It is very important to memorize the Quran. I agree with that 100%. But the kids are memorizing the surahs and their behavior is really bad. They can tell you they maybe memorize the whole Juz Amma, but their attitude has nothing to do with the Quran or the Islam. So you need to make them understand what they memorize, going side by side. You memorize the surah, understand the meaning. Let the child tell you what is the meaning of the title of the surah, what is the meaning of the story behind the surah, what did you learn from this surah, what does it apply in your life, what do you see in our society, something wrong that doesn't go with the surah. That's the only way it's going to make these kids love to come to the school, make them really understand why we are Muslim, what is Islam. So I really from this show I am screaming to the whole society, please do not push the children only to memorize the Quran and forget about the values of the Quran and the meaning behind the surahs. Memorizing and understanding should go side by side. Do not separate them, because we are making a generation that just memorize like a parrot, but their behavior, their attitude doesn't relate to what they are memorizing. They can lead the whole Taraweeh prayer with the whole Quran memorized, but their attitude, their behavior doesn't have anything to do with Islam. So wherever you find a child that needs help, please help him to understand the basic things in Islam, and that's going to be for the Sadaqah Jariyah. I'm sorry I took a long time today with the introduction, but it's an issue that's really breaking my heart, and it is everywhere. And I cannot do more than what I can do. But with the help of everybody around the world, we can change something. If everyone teach in society something, we can change this sad reality. For today, we're going to have a new lesson. It's a new rule that has some similarities with the last lesson, the sukoon. And when we go to the classroom, I will explain to you more about this rule and how to really play tricks to understand. For now, so let's all of us go to the classroom and see Koko, what he is up to today, okay? Let's go to the classroom. Assalamu alaikum, Koko. How are you today? I know you have been practicing all week and you got your sukoon very well. Okay, Koko. Today we're going to have a new lesson. And also our friends at home, they're waiting to start this lesson as much as you do. Today's lesson is, as I said earlier, it is similar to the sukoon, but it is something that you do after the catch that makes this lesson different. First of all, let us understand what is the meaning of this word. today is about the Shaddah. Shaddah symbol is kind of like a W. Shaddah means it tells us there is a double letter. In English, we have words in double letters. In Arabic, a double letters are joined in one letter, and the symbol of a W, or like a W symbol, is put on top of the letter to show the reader that there is a double letter here. So you better put some emphasis on it. You put some emphasis on it. So if we want to write a word with Shaddah, I'm going to use the same example again, the letter Ba. Okay? So the Shaddah, this means there are two Bas. One Ba, other Ba. So this is for the Shaddah. Means there are, so these two means what? There is Shaddah. Okay? Okay. But we know that either we move our mouse up or down or in a circle like a Dhamma. So the Shaddah has to have something with it to show us, I'm going to say, Ba, Abba, or Abbi, or Abbu. So you're going to find on the top of it or underneath it, you're going to find a symbol, either a Fatha or a Dhamma or a Kasra, to show you how to move the Shaddah. But before we go into this, I wanted to say again, the Shaddah, like the Sukoon, it cannot be pronounced by itself. It's still, again, it needs a letter before it to pull it out. But with the Sukoon, we push, we hold, okay, and we keep catching, okay? We don't release. Okay, so catch and hold. Catch and hold in Sukoon. In Shaddah, we catch and release. Either we catch and release up, we catch and release down. So when we catch and release up is Fatha. Catch and release down is Kasra. Catch and go in a circle. Okay? Circle, it is a Dhamma. So, Abba, Abbi, Abbu, okay, Abbu. So you catch and release to the direction of this, the short vowel you have on the Shaddah. For the Shaddah, is the first letter will always have a Sukoon. So the Shaddah means we have two letters. But now, if you have a Fatha on this Shaddah, the Fatha is always for the second letter. And the first letter will always have a Sukoon, no matter what. So the first letter will always have a Sukoon because we catch like a Sukoon. So Ab, so this is Ab. And then Ba. Or you're going to have a Ba, that makes three Bas. This is going to be also a Shaddah and a Shaddah. So in this one, we're going to have Shaddah with the Kasra and here Shaddah with the Dhamma. But same way, it's going to be Ba and Ba. And here it's going to be Ba and Ba. Okay. We said double letter is the Shaddah. The second letter will always be having the symbol on under the Shaddah or above the Shaddah. So we're going to have here, we have a Kasra on the Shaddah. We're going to have a B, B. The first Ba always have a Sukoon. Okay, Sukoon, Sukoon. And then if I want to add Alif to help me pronounce the letter. So we're going to have Alif Fatha in all of them. This is what I'm going to say. Abbi, Abbu, and we need to add here the Alif too. So let's go back again. Abba. So how I know it's Abba? I know the rules. The Shaddah means a double letter. It is catch and release to the direction of the short vowel on the Shaddah. If it's a Fatha, I'm going to catch and release up. Up. So going to be Abba. Abba. The second one, Abbi. There is a Shaddah means 2 letters. There's a Kasra under Shaddah, so it's going to be what? Abbi. Abbi. And then Abbu. So there is a Shaddah means 2 bas, but there's a Dhamma on the Shaddah, means the second letter is going to have a Dhamma. But always the first letter will have a Sukun. That is when we catch. Release either Dhamma, release up Fatha, release down Kasra. So with this one I'm going to say Abbu. 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 And that's how you practice with your hands. I have my students, they always use their hands when they read. Abbu. Abba. And they just read very well. And after they master the haraka, they don't use their hands anymore. But it really helps when you relate it to motion, because we need to pause. Abba. With the sukun we pause and we just say it still. Ab. Nim. Tu. Qum. Tu. Here. Abba. Abbi. Abbu. And so on. So that's all about Shaddah really. And nothing really tricky about it. It's just like knowing when to stop, when to release, which direction to release. You release up, you release down, you release in a circle, and so on. So let us practice with real words. But before I erase the board, we call this Shaddah with Fatha, Shaddah with Kasra, and Shaddah with Dhamma. Sometimes you find the Shaddah not here. I mean the Kasra. You find it on top, but you're going to find the Kasra underneath the letter. So both way it is right, whatever you see. But what I like to do is I like to keep them together for now. Okay. All these things when you start reading the Quran, you're going to see slight differences, and you will grab it very soon. For now, let's practice with real words. And it's really, trust me, it's very fun when you know how to read the word with many, many symbols or harakat. And the more you get harakat, the more it gets complicated, and it takes you a longer time to pronounce the word. But keep on practicing and you will speed your reading very soon. Okay. Let's start with simple words. I'm going to write the word. Okay. Can you try? I'm going to wait for 3 seconds. Can you figure it out? Okay, here you have an alif with dhamma is u, one harf. Mim shadda with kasra means the first mim is with the sukoon, so the alif will catch the mim and hold But there's a kasra underneath the shadda, so when the alif catch the mim and hold, she needs to release the mim. Where? Down. Mi. But one more conflict is there. The mim is followed by a long vowel ya. We said a ya has no any symbol on top or haraka, preceded by kasra. So if a shadda has a kasra, we use this kasra as indication of this is a long vowel if the ya has no any haraka on top. So I'm gonna have to say me, me. Don't say me, me. It has to be two haraka. So catch and hold, release down with long vowel. Me, not like umma, umme. No, me, because you have a long vowel. Let's do a little bit more complicated word. Okay. Ra fatha, ra, but followed by shaddah. And shaddah has a dhamma. Means the ra will catch the ba and hold, but it will release in a circle. Rabbu, rabbu, and there's a kaf fatha, ka. Rabbu, ka. Rabbu, ka. Rabbuka, rabbuka. So you're gonna pause on the ba and then make a dhamma. Rabbu, rabbu. You pause on the ba and make a dhamma. Rabbu, rabbuka. To make the thing clear, this is actually is alif, mim, and ya. It's actually me, but in Arabic we don't write double letters, so we have to mix them together or merge them together and put a symbol on top of the shadda symbol to tell us these are double letter. But since the sukoon is popular in all of them, we don't put the sukoon, we put the mark of the second letter in the word. Same thing, you're gonna say this one. It is ra. It is ra. Actually, it is rabbuka. 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 Okay? Let's use more word. So here you have a shadda followed by fatha and then a long vowel alif. So you're gonna catch, hold, release up for fatha, and then release even longer, slower for long vowel alif, and then khu. Tab, ba, 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 khu. And again, there's a ba and a ba in the middle. So I think you got the idea by now. In the book, you have a lot of words that you need to practice. And if I put here a double dhamma tanween, it's going to be tabakhun. So here you have a shadda, you have a short vowel, you have a long vowel, you have a tanween. So you can make any word you want with more different harakat. And I say, as I said before, you don't have to have a meaning. You just practice, and you can play games with your friends and try to pronounce the word. And for now, I think that's all I have for today. And I can't emphasize more than this on practicing, and do more words and never stop. Keep working. And don't go to, if you are still in the sukoon, you didn't get it very well, do not start the shadda unless you really understood the Sukoon rule. Go to Shaddah, don't go on to the next lesson unless you know the Shaddah very well. We're almost done. We're really almost done. We have like 3-4 more rules, and we're gonna finish from step 3, and it's gonna be very exciting, very exciting. And Koko will celebrate. We're gonna have a big party for Koko when he finished step 3, and also our friends here. We're gonna have a big party together, and you too, when you finish step 3 and you start reading the Quran, I bet your parents are gonna be proud of you, and you're gonna have a big party too. Okay, for now I say to you, fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.